Rose, planting seeds with Darlene Rose. 100 women, 100 days, 100 interviews. I am so excited to be here with you, getting us public on Facebook. Let's see, privacy, public. There we go. I'm so excited for the young lady that's coming tonight. She is definitely making me feel old. So I am really excited to share the screen. Look how beautiful. Hello, beautiful. How are you? I'm so excited.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Hey, Bridget Yelder. Welcome to 100 Women, 100 Days, 100 Interviews. And I believe today is episode 85. We have been here 85 days straight. You are episode 85. And it's so amazing to have you here because you are my daughter's friend.
Yes.
And I believe until next month, you're the youngest person we've had on here. And that just tells us that young women is kicking butt and taking names too.
Indeed.
Yeah, out here making decisions about how you want to show up in the world and how you will have the world perceive you and address you. And so we can absolutely address you as CEO, as entrepreneur, as change maker.
Indeed.
And so I have had the opportunity to look at some of your work. I am absolutely a strong believer in other healing modalities that are not mainstream. And, you know, sometimes mainstream don't understand what we got going on. So talk to us about what you do. Talk to us about higher vibration and what that means.
Yes. So high vibration crystals and company, that's like the whole thing is supposed to be a course, but on Instagram, because of the name, you know, it's too long. So I have shortened the high vibrations one.
Yes.
But it's honestly just all about, to me, pretty much just like finding your inner self and really just opening yourself to your higher self, because we have so many things that can block us. And a lot of people don't realize that like a lot of illnesses and like a lot of just like diseases really come from stress alone. Mm-hmm. And I realized for myself, I used to like suffer from really bad depression. So a way that I came out of that was through meditation and actually through working with crystals. Like that really helped. That really helped my mindset. Because it showed me that I had the power to control my life, and that no one had the power to control my life. You know what I mean? So the more I've learned about crystals and digged into this, and pretty much just allowed myself to be a vessel, honestly, for information to flow through me. It just became something bigger than what I thought it would be. The reason why I actually started wrapping crystals was mainly because I've always found beauty in like jewelry and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I always liked crystals. I did. But my manager, so funny, she actually gifted me like an amethyst ring, and it was beautiful.
Yes.
And it was wire wrapped, and I was like, I can do this. Like I looked at it and I was like, I can do this. And like, it was perfect because it was like, I'm an Aquarius. So like, that's one of my crystals and stuff. And like, that has been like one of the main crystals I can say that really did help open up my third eye, my heart chakra, everything. Just to kind of make me feel more at peace with myself and my environment.
Yes. I love that. I love that 100,000,000,000%. You know, I know as a holistic healer that we are so much controlled by emotion, and that's why emotional healing, things like stress, is an emotion. It can create so bad things, and you know, medication isn't always the answer. For some people, it is. But for a lot of people, you know, you have the power to control it. And just like you said, meditation and prayer too. Like just taking a minute to, yes, taking a moment to step back, to breathe, and to release things you cannot control.
Yes.
People get so bent and crazy out of things they cannot control. Right now, you know, today is the 1-year anniversary of George Floyd. We cannot control the world, but people will take the stresses of the world and internalize them and make themselves all just a mess.
Yes.
And so by teaching them other modalities, you know, what I want to say, traditional medicine and how they do things is not an end all be all for a lot of us, for a lot of people. And so what you find is when you meditate, when you pray and you add these healing things that open us up, these healing crystals that open us up, you find a different type of peace.
You do.
It's just a whole different level. And when you look at the history of healing crystals, because some of the Christians,
there's crystals in the Bible. They don't even know.
Listen, some of the Christians would want to believe that it is not of God. And I have heard that so many times. But where do they come from? Who created them?
Exactly.
You know, these are not things that are man-made.
Yes.
Crystals are not man-made. Amethyst is not man-made. Rose quartz is not man-made. Jade is not man-made.
Exactly. Moldavite comes from outer space.
Yeah. So like we haven't created anything. And when you look up the history of them, you find it everywhere. Even in Asiatic medicine, right? They literally take emeralds, diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and they crush them and they eat them.
No.
Yes.
I'm mind blown. I didn't know that.
In Asiatic medicine, they internalize the things that we wear as jewelry. Right. And they use it for medicine.
Wow.
So I would say to people, don't demonize something that you do not know about.
Exactly.
If you are interested in learning more, then learn more. Then reach out to Miss Akilah.
Yes,
and get some answers.
I don't mind being a help at all. Like,
you know, get some answers. And, you know, do your Bible research. Open your Bible and see that is there. That is there. It's there. Exactly. And I'm 56 years old. I was raised a Christian, and you know, a lot of my Christian friends do not understand my world.
I love that. I love it. No.
I just this is Cornelian. I just landed in Philadelphia, so I'm not loaded the way that I'm normally loaded, because normally I'm loaded, you know, and I just feel so supercharged. You know, I feel like I can do anything. And, you know, I know that God gave me each and every crystal. You know, copper is grounding, you know, and that's what the bracelet is made of. I have a partnership with a young woman named Nicole Harry of In Designs All. And the first thing I saw her make a lot of things. And I kept saying, I could do it. Right. And just like you, and I started doing some amazing things. But I'm not as versed as some of the work that she has done and some of the work that I've seen you do. And I think that, right. True. And, you know, it was funny because the first time I saw your work, my daughter was wearing it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she had been suffering from some things, and she was just like, oh, I got these from Akilah. That's it.
Yeah.
Who told you? Who told you? Who's this? Shira Blount says it's so true that crystals give you a sense of peace. Thank you so much for being a part of my healing and spiritual journey. Oh, that's so nice.
Yes.
But you know, it really is a journey, and everybody's journey is different, and so we can't say good, bad, ugly, because it's no such thing as good or bad.
At all, duality.
It just is.
Exactly. You have no choice but to be.
Yes.
To control what you can control, how you said.
Exactly. We cannot control it. You know, I used to be so concerned about my kids living in the world. You know, my kids are grown now. You know, Vanya lives in Atlanta, and you know, I was concerned about her driving in Atlanta, and you know, all this kind of stuff, and I was just making myself crazy. You know, worried. I have a black son growing up in Philadelphia, a black man. You know, my son is 37 now, so he's a black man. So I was like, oh my God, all this stuff, and George Floyd, and the cops, and this, and that, and I'm just calm down. Calm down. I am prayed up. Calm down. Calm down. So yes. So this whole series started because of Women's Month. Back in March, it was Women's Month, and I really started thinking about the amazing women in my network. And I said, I have some really amazing. Hey, Char's Creation. That's another amazing woman in my network. Amazing women in my network doing amazing things. And I really just wanted to introduce my network to my network. And then Vanya was like, Mom, you got to interview some of my friends. I was like, send them on. So here you are. So in the spirit of Women's Month, are there any women in your life right now that are inspiring you to do the work that you do?
Indeed. Yes. One, I can say, besides my mother, my grandma, my aunt, even you doing this and it all, this is literally this is a beautiful thing. And I love the fact that you have 100 women, 100 days, 100 interviews. I love that.
Yes.
That idea in itself is just amazing. So you did inspire me as well.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel very honored to be a part of this. I do. And I just want to say thank you for that.
Yes.
Just give me the opportunity to still just, explain what I do and why I'm here.
Yes.
But of course, my mom is my everyday inspiration, and it's she suffers from phantom pain. She lost her leg due to a car accident.
Wow.
So one thing that I've always wanted to do, because she doesn't like taking the heavy pills and everything like that, makes she sleepy and stuff. So my goal in my life, honestly, is to learn Reiki, and I want to help perform that on her to alleviate her pain. So because I feel like she has been through so much in her life, and she has given me, my sister, my brother, all she can, it's I just feel like her doing that, and my grandma always being that support system, it made me want to pretty much work on myself so that I can help everyone around me. Just because it hasn't always been gold and glitter, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I know that some of the traumas or the problems that I've encountered has made me a stronger person, and it has built my character. So I just want to give back to the people that I feel really did help me be who I am.
Yes.
So literally, and then I'm not gonna lie, celebrities and stuff, I'm not really too inspired by celebrities, but it's really the people that I know. It's really the women I know, because women face a lot of battles on an everyday constant, on an everyday basis. We are going through something, whether it's small or big, you know, and it's I feel like at the end of the day, we all need to have each other's back.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're definitely doing it. It's no try. We're going to take the word try out, because you're already doing it. Right. We got the power right here.
Yes.
We got the power. Hey, Jessica Castile. And I just posted today, who would gain when you win?
Right.
Who would gain if you win? Right?
That's the question.
And then the question then becomes, who would lose? Who would suffer?
Right.
If you don't?
Right.
Who would suffer if you don't? And so every day we wake up to do better, to be better, to do all these amazing things, not for ourselves, but for those we love and care for, to lighten their load, to lighten their burdens. And we just ask, God, the Creator, to continue to give us the strength to go on amidst the world.
Exactly.
Because everybody is not having the same experience.
Yes.
And,
no, exactly.
And you can choose your experience.
Yes.
You can choose to wake up and accept I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Or you could say, today is a beautiful day that God woke me up. Exactly. You know, I'm 6 feet above the ground. My dad used to say that all the time. Any day 6 feet above the ground is a good day, because he says somebody didn't wake up to have your problems. Somebody would have wanted to wake up and have your problems. I'm like, my problems? But my problems are so terrible, Dad. They're terrible. My life is terrible. And my dad was like, yep. And somebody will wake up and want to have the same exact problems that you have.
That's true.
Because they don't have the opportunity that you have. And that changed my perspective for my whole life. You know, and that doesn't mean that my life has been without hurt, without trauma, without just all of the bad things that can happen in the world. I've experienced them.
Right.
I just choose to find the good in everything.
No, seriously.
Yes.
I feel like that's what I'm learning. Like that, my 20s has been nothing but that.
Yes.
Literally.
I'm excited about your 20s. I'm more excited about your 20s than you are, because you are in a space where you're learning now. Mm-hmm. I wish in my 20s I was thinking how I'm thinking now. You know, even in the death of my father, right? I remember getting a call saying that something was wrong and to come to my parents' house. And when I got there, the ambulance was still there. And I was like, why didn't they take him yet? Like, what is the problem?
Right.
And so I get there and, you know, the ambulance people were leaving. And they were like, I'm sorry, we tried everything. And I remember just breaking down crying, right? And I heard my mom, and my mom was crying. And I just grabbed her and I just held on to her, right?
Yeah.
And in the midst of that, so when somebody dies at home, you gotta call the funeral parlor, because the ambulance is not going to take them to the hospital for what, right? So you have to then wait for the ambulance to come to get them. And it could, for the funeral parlor to come, and it could take hours. It took hours. It took it easily 6 to 8 hours for them to come. And so, no, this was, my dad died 8 years ago. 8 years ago. And my mother stopped crying. Got really quiet. She stopped crying. And I was just like, oh my God, Mom, what are we going to do? We're all inconsolable. And my mother says, we're going to be all right. I'm looking at her like, no, we're not. We're not going to be okay. Right? And then she said, he said, if he had a choice, he wouldn't have left us. That's what she said. And then she said, this was the right way for him. I'm like, what is she talking about? But what she was, what we found, the gratitude in my father's death was that my father would have never wanted to be sick, where he would have to be cared for by us or anyone else. So the fact that he died suddenly, there was gratitude there.
And that's you having to see the bigger picture, and that's how
absolutely.
It's funny you say that. My mom said I can't take that personally, but she always says, like, God forbid, she's like, you know, if I am on my deathbed, like, I don't want to put that on you. Like, she's always saying that. I'm like,
yep.
I don't want you to go.
Yes, we selfishly.
I understand.
We selfishly want them to stay, and you know,
exactly.
And we were able to find the gratitude, and that is the gratitude that I live with every single day. And you know, I also live with the gratitude that I had my dad till I was 45, And my dad, some people lose their fathers early in their lives when they're, I learned when my father passed that my friends lost their father when they were 5, and another one when she was 15, and all that. And I had my dad most of my life, and my kids, he knew my kids and all of that. And some days when I'm doing the things that I'm doing, I hear him in my head cracking up. My dad was the living, breathing Bill Cosby. So when you think about, Bill Cosby on the Cosby Show and the way he behaved with his kids, and when the kids had kids, some of the things that he said, I remember having trouble with one of my kids, not Vanyel. And my dad called me up and he was like, having a little trouble, huh? And laughed. So I hear those things. And so that is the gratitude in it. I say all of that to say that there's gratitude in everything. We can find the gratitude in everything if you so choose. Yes. You can allow things like that to take you down and out, or you can find the gratitude in it, which is how long he was in my life. Because he died suddenly, there was no nursing homes, and there was no hospital bed in the living room, and all of the things that some people experience in their life. My dad did not want that for himself, and my mother knew that about him, and she was able to share that with us to help us to find the gratitude in that. So I digress. So in the spirit of Women's Month, what's your favorite thing about being a woman?
Oh, wow. Everything.
Yes.
No. I'm going to be honest. I guess my ability, if I'm really being honest, my ability to bring life on earth, even though I haven't crossed that step yet, to know that I am a portal, to know that I hold a lot of power.
Yes.
I think women are absolutely magical. And I'm not even just saying this to be
yes.
I really feel that for the simple way that we can all trigger each other's menstrual cycle. That alone shows you that.
Yes.
So I just feel as a woman, I really do love every aspect of being a woman, even though we face problems with men trying to, or just anybody, whether it's a man or a woman, just trying to be a little bit, I guess, what's the word? I guess pessimistic, if you want to say. I don't let that take over how I feel about myself. I feel like I'm a beautiful woman. I'm going to live in it. I'm going to do what I want in the safest way. You know what I mean? My mom didn't raise a dummy. So, I just like the fact that I'm older now. I'm really growing into
older. How old, Keela? How old?
I'm 24. I'm 24. Serious experience in life. And it's funny because my mom always she's always joking you're always I'm always trying to live through you. You're doing the things that I didn't get to do yet, or you're doing so much more than I did.
Yes.
And I love the fact that she said that to me because I want to take it to the next level. I feel like I'm the arrow that she shot.
Yes.
As far as possible, and I want to do the same. So it's if I do so good, then my kids will do even better.
Yes, absolutely. You are the beginning of the cycle breaking. You are the beginning of. I came up with these words a couple of months ago: rule breaker, cycle breaker, risk taker. Rule breaker, cycle breaker, risk taker. You have to be the one in your family that is going to be the cycle breaker, and to do that, you have to take risk. You are the risk taker. You have to be the one to say, you know what? Yeah, I might work a job, but I got to do something else, because working for somebody else is not going to get me there. So how am I going to get there? And I'm going to do that by creating this business, by becoming a entrepreneur. And I'm not going to wait until I'm 50. I'm going to do it right now while I'm 24.
Yes, indeed. And it's only going to get better. That's the thing.
I cannot even imagine. Hey, Miss Whitty. That's another one of my Dania, one of my other women that was on. And what I can just say, what excites me most about you being 24 is that in 10 years, by the time you are 34.
Yes. No. I get excited at the thought.
Yes. By the time 34, honey, you will be a force to be reckoned with. You already that now. I look at that with Vanyelle. Vanyelle is the same way. Vanyelle is determined not to work for anyone. She is determined to walk to the beat of her own drum. When she decided to go to, yes, she like, I'm out. I'm out. You can stay here. I'm out. I'm like, like what? Because she riding. She's the baby. Yes. She's riding. She's the baby. Don't tell her I said that.
I'm the baby too, though. So that's probably why we was like here with it.
Yeah. So absolutely popping. So, as you are building your business, tell us how. Well, first of all, is there anything that I didn't ask you that you will want the viewers to know? Because people are going to watch this in replay. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's the youngest one. #24, #go, #awake, I'm about to get it. #is going. It's happening.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Anything, let me think. I always want people to know that they can always ask me any questions. I think some people might get not intimidated, but they might be nervous because they might feel like they don't know enough about the crystal or whatever it is. But I always tell people feel 100% comfortable with asking me anything because I didn't know at one point either. Yeah. I had to do the research too, so I do not mind ever giving a resource as far as a book, a website. Even when it comes to meditations, I have some of my customers. They're like, oh, you have to do that meditation.
Momo, hey.
So I'll do that over. I just want people to know that I'm always a helping hand. You can always come to me. Don't ever feel shy or anything.
Yes.
And yes, and my crystals are bomb. If you wear them, you will feel the amazing energy on them. And
yes. So. Vanyelle said, laugh out loud. Wow. She said, I'm watching, so I heard y'all. Listen, listen, absolutely. And I'm so amazed by your work because I feel like your work is so freeing. I like that crystal bra thing you made. I'm like, oh, can I?
Thank you. All sizes.
Can I get one of those? Listen, I just think that, we as women sometimes need to just embrace ourselves, embrace our bodies. And, if you can do that at 24, baby, it's going down. Vanyelle said, hey, boo. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. And so tell people how they can work with you, how they can get to you, what's the best time and all that. So tell us all that part.
Gotcha. So you can definitely, I actually just opened up an Etsy not too long ago. I want to say it was about a month and a half ago. So that's been the easiest funnel source as far as buying the products.
Yes.
If anybody has any questions, let's say you have a crystal that I don't have up there, I have no problem with getting it for you. You can just DM me your special request. You can chat about what you need.
Yes.
Even if it isn't about a crystal that you let's say there isn't a specific stone that you want. Let's say you struggle with insomnia. Let's talk about that. I can lead you to something that might help you with that as far as, doing a prayer or a meditation and putting that crystal behind your pillow and going to sleep and helping that, actually allowing you to go to sleep.
Yes.
That whole thing.
Yes.
But, you can find me on High Vibration Crystals 111. I know it's a little long, but it is Higher Vibration Crystals 111.
Yes.
You can always DM me or you can go to the Etsy. So yeah. That's how you can find me.
I'm really, really excited. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being unapologetically you. Thank you for being unafraid you. Because like I said, there's a lot of people who really don't understand that crystals come from God and that they carry a certain energy. They absolutely carry a certain energy. And are there people in the world that use them in a negative way? Yes, they are.
Yes,
there are people that use them in a negative way, but that is not what God intended them for. And so you absolutely can get them and have joy and feel the energy. You can easily put a crystal in your hand and connect yourself to some sort of electrical magnetic reading device and see that the crystal has energy. I tell people all this that we all are nothing but big old energy suits. We are atoms and molecules walking around. We are not just big old solid meat suit. We are, when you break us down to the smallest common denominator, we're all walking energy. We're all walking atoms. We are all just energy. And that's why when you walk in the room, sometimes the energy is wrong and you can feel it. Or sometimes the baby start crying when certain people come in the room, or a dog start barking because the energy is wrong. You know, they say always trust the baby and always trust the animals, because they absolutely know what it is. Well, Akilah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your world with ours. I'm definitely going to be in touch. I'm going to be in Philly for the next week. So hopefully I can catch up to you and we can talk about some things. I
want to gift you some things. Woo! So no, seriously, because I really appreciate this whole opportunity.
Well, listen, let me tell you something. It is my pleasure to do so. I didn't know that it was going to turn into such a movement. And you know, each of the women that are here are going to be all a part of an anthology at the end. So you will be an author when we are done.
Nice.
So just get ready. It's way bigger than what I thought it was. I thought all I was going to do was introduce my network to my network. Well, now I'm going to introduce my network to the world.
Wow. I love that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I do. I feel blessed.
Yes. Me too. I'm blessed for the women who said yes. So you guys, we will be back here tomorrow for episode 86. 86.
Yes.
And then on June 20th, on Father's Day, we start 100 men. So we're not going to leave the men out. We're going to start 100 men. And on June 15th, the Darlena Rose magazine drops. So I am looking for contributing writers. I'm looking for people to purchase ads, featured articles, all that kind of good stuff, because what this platform has taught me is that I actually have a platform that people want to be on.
Yes. Okay. I love it.
So it's not geared towards men. I mean, women only, so men can be a part of it as well. So if that's you have a business that you want to feature, you have an article you want to tell, you got a story you want to tell about why you do what you do, by all means, please DM me, reach out to me and let me know, and you will absolutely be a part of the June 15th premiere Lifestyle and Brand magazine, the Darlena Rose magazine. So I'm looking very much forward to continuing this work that I'm doing, even when we're done the 100. So have an amazing rest of your night. I can't wait. Thank you. I can't wait to see you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Thank you, Keela.
Bye. Take care. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks for watching.